Where did you start your career? Did you start in theater?
No, I never ever wanted to be an actor. That was never my ambition. My big thing in life was I wanted to be a famous bodybuilder, and I trained and trained and trained until I was 25, and then got invited to enter the Mr. Universe contest. And then I had a big disappointment there, and I changed over to competitive weightlifting, and I became the British heavyweight weightlifting champion. And then from there I started running gymnasiums, and I had my own exercise consultancy in Harrods, and I was doing all sorts of work within the weightlifting and bodybuilding world, like, you know. And then out of the blue I got offered a job up in London, where I was a European sales manager for an American weightlifting company. And then from there, somebody rang me up and said, you know, would you be interested in film work? And I said, well, no, not really. That doesn't interest me all that much. And the guy said to me, he said, I run a stunt agency, and he said, we're always looking for big men. And he said, you know, you're terrific. He said, because you're 6'7", you weigh about 280, and he said you'd be ideal, you know, for show business. And it was the agency was called Tough Guys, and he said all we ever get is ex-wrestlers or ex-boxers. He said all the wrestlers have got cauliflower ears, and all the boxers have got noses splashed all over their faces. Anyway, within like a couple of weeks, I get a call from him asking me if I'd like to go to the Mermaid Theatre, which was one of the big London theatres, and they had a play there called Don't Let Summer Come, and they needed somebody to play the part of Death. And I played the whole thing. I'd never acted before, like, you know. But I did the whole thing in a black shroud, black gloves, black socks, and all I had to do was lift a man off of a bed, an actor off a bed, and lift him as though he was floating away, like, you know. And anyway, that got me into the Actors Union, which is a big move. And then from there, you know, the agents started sending me up for other work. I started doing TV commercials, then from TV commercials into TV series, and TV series into films, and then eventually, I mean, I did a whole load of different films until 1970. Well, 1976 was when Star Wars came along, and then of course the rest is history. Like, you know, I've had a fantastic. I did the first 3 Star Wars movies, which went from 76 to 80, and then at the same time I became the figurehead of the British government's Child Pedestrian Road Safety campaign, and then I did that from 76 to 90, and then you know, and then of course by that time Star Wars became huge, and I started going on the convention circuit, and here I am. You know, I'm still on the convention circuit. Family not the slightest bit interested in my career. My wife hates Star Wars. I have three grown-up children. My eldest boy is a chef and is a baker, basically baker, and bakes the most fantastic cakes and pastries and things like this. My second son is he's a carpenter come builder, and he's very, very talented. And I have a daughter who's just been appointed legal representative in courts where children are being removed from homes and things like this. And so she goes all over the country on behalf of these children who are getting moved. So she's got, you know, all 3 of them are very, very well, you know, settled, as it were. Yeah, well, as I said, it is very, very important. You know, my biggest problem at the present moment is I'm so busy. You know, if I wanted, you know, if I was that interested, I could be somewhere different in the world every weekend. Every week I get requests coming in for me to do conventions, and, you know, all over the world. And I've just got to the stage now where I've got to devote more time to the home life and family. And in fact, I just made a terrible mistake, in as much as I've arranged to do a show in Dallas on October the 5th, you see. And I accepted the show without thinking any further farther. And then a couple of weeks after I accepted the show, my wife said, what are we doing about our wedding anniversary? And I said, what do you mean wedding anniversary? She said, well, October the 5th is our golden wedding anniversary. We've been married 50 years. and so now I'm in real serious trouble now, and so I've somewhere I got to get out of Dallas, you know. Yeah. Number one, I think number one is having an ambition. You must have a goal that you want to get to. I mean, with me, it was like when I saw all I wanted to be was like a champion bodybuilder, and I went from there to being a champion weightlifter. That was basically, you know. And once I achieved that ambition, you then, as you say, went off. I think that is that's the very big thing, is to have ambition in life. Yeah. That's the main thing. Yeah.